I'm sure you've heard when you were a child, finish your plate, think about the little Africans who don't have food. Food waste is today a global issue. It affects the climate, countries, businesses and people, such as farmers. We're all doing our groceries every day, but do you have any idea how much perfectly edible food is wasted? Well, let me answer that. 1/3 of what is produced is never eaten. And I believe that we as consumers can change that. It is proven that consumers are the biggest wasters, especially in America, where people don't know how to read the expiration date. Yes, you heard me. People throw away food because of the date on the product. The expiration date seems insignificant. However, it is the cause of a lot of food waste in households. I would like to play a little game now, where everyone has to stand up and sit down only if the statement applies to you. If you said that one question, please remain seated for the whole game. And you have to be honest, of course. Okay, here we go. First question, did you ever throw away food without even looking at it or at the packaging? Do you choose your products in the supermarkets when they are in perfect shape? Do you choose your products according to the expiration date? Is the expiration date a warning for you? And finally, do you plan your meals according to the expiration date? Thank you so much for participating. Now you can see how expiration dates have an impact on the consumer's preferences. But what does it mean? Why so many labels? According to the dictionary, it is the date after which a product should not be sold because of an expected decline in quality and effectiveness. Did you hear something about safety? Expiration dates convey only information about an item's quality. It is the manufacturer's best estimate of how long a product is optimally fresh and tasty, not how long a product is safe to consume. Labels are various today, from best before to use by, or in the Netherlands THT and TGT. Perishable products require one, according to the law. Nevertheless, if they are mandatory, they should at least be clear. Confusion leads to misunderstanding, misperception, and eventually more food waste. People often ask how to throw less away. Well, my advice would be very easy and may sound silly, but unfortunately we don't do it enough. Look at it or in it, smell it, taste it, and then you will immediately know if something is still edible or not. We are lucky to have 5 senses at our disposal. Use them. As I mentioned before, food waste has huge consequences on the world, causing loss of biodiversity, waste of water, climate change, and decrease in forest cover. And it may sound scary, and yet we as consumers are partly responsible for this problem. And when you think about it, it is such a dumb one. Why would we waste so much when 828 million of people are suffering from hunger? Doing so, we don't realize the consequences of our actions. And I think that's appalling. The question you may ask yourself is, why do we waste so much? Well, first of all, it is so easy to throw away, and it became automatic. Society has normalized throwing away. There's also a lack of severity concerning rules about food waste in the food sector. Taking, for example, the quality of packagings. Poor packaging leads to leaks and food starts to rot faster. If they were better, the expiration date would be extended and food would last longer. Producers and consumers are too much focused on quantity instead of quality. Same for supermarkets. The beauty standards for food are ridiculous. They have to put extra pressure on the supply side and the governments. Does the choice we have now play a role in food waste? If we eat more nowadays, it is because of the choice we have offered in supermarkets. And people nowadays also need their refrigerator full to be satisfied. The average dinner plate has become bigger by 36% since 1960. So if we eat more, it causes, naturally, overeating, resulting in obesity. Worldwide obesity has tripled since 1975. And in the meantime, the world's population is growing and growing. And everyone needs to be fed, which leads us to inequalities between countries. The sentence I said at the beginning of my speech taught me that we have an incredible opportunity to have so much food at our disposal. We have supermarkets everywhere, a large range of choices and prices. Loads of people are lacking food, and we are throwing this chance away every day. When looking closely at this issue, there are two sides. On the one hand, we shouldn't waste because of the time put in it, money, environmental reasons. But on the other hand, some people just cannot afford it and feed themselves with products found in the trash. Recently, I found out that French supermarkets threw toxic liquids in the trash to scare away people in need. I cannot imagine this act, this abominable act. No one should have to eat from the trash. There's so much food left in the world. Unfortunately, it is not consumed where it is needed. With the current war in Ukraine, countries such as Somalia do not receive any wheat that is normally imported by ship, which is problematic for a country where severe food and water crises are at stake. It takes approximately $20 billion to feed everyone on Earth. And we have a current budget of 12 billion. So we may not have the financial resources. However, some changes can be made. And it starts here, with you. A lot of companies are fighting against food waste nowadays. Like Too Good To Go in Denmark, Phoenix in France, Olio in England. Great initiatives that have expanded through Europe. And I invite everyone to just take a look at it. And most importantly, to save some meals. Supermarkets also have a new system consisting of putting discounts on products about to expire. And still, they have to throw so much away because of the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. Turning this unsold food into food sharing would be one of my dreams. Why not bring what we do not consume to people who could really use it? And that is exactly what Spesa su Spesa, meaning suspended expenditure in Italy, is doing. This non-profit organization is created to support fragile families by donating products, expired or not, to the organization where associations and volunteers will distribute it to them. Sharing what we do not consume is an opportunity for someone else. Helping each other is crucial in our current society. Food is essential. It is such a valuable product. It is what makes you stand in the morning, run to have fun. And most importantly, make you grow into a healthy human being. So why in the world would you ruin that? Food waste is so incredibly much that it may be impossible to solve. However, we have to give it a try. If not for you, do it for the next generations. They already have the global warming to face, for example. Every step counts. Do your groceries every day. Save some products about to expire. Save some meals with the apps I mentioned. The shape does not matter, because only the taste counts. And also buy products without useless plastic on it. I'm not asking you to be the most sustainable person ever. Just to be careful with what and how much you throw away. Because remember that some people would be very happy with a brown banana or an expired product. So do not trust everything you see and read, but develop your sixth sense, the power of looking, smelling and tasting. And the expiration date will never be the same.